Recording. Okay, you guys. So this is like a special edition team call after Summit. And you guys, it was so amazing to see so many of our coaches in our downline at Summit. We had over 90 coaches register to go to Summit. And I know that we had like 70 or more at our team party on Thursday night. It was just so amazing to see such an incredible representation of this team at our coach summit. And I know some of you couldn't attend and for lots of different reasons, and it's fine. And so hopefully tonight you get bits and pieces of our energy and our excitement and some of the things that we learned from Summit. And I do want to let you know that, planning purposes, tickets for next year are on sale right now for a super discounted rate. So if you just go to coachsummit.com, you'll be able to get those tickets. And you guys, when you get those tickets, then you're able to register for your room as well. And some of our coaches have already qualified to register for the rooms for next year for Summit. And the window for everybody else, I think, opens next week or maybe, I don't know, this weekend. I can't remember all the dates. I posted it on the team page. There's so many things to think about right now. But that is something to plan ahead for. And I want you to get those tickets. And I mean, this year, let's just say we had 90 coaches registered to go. I would love for that number next year to be 300. And so that means it's your job to spread the word that this is the place where you want to be and that this is something you don't want to miss out on. I think that having a mostly local to Central Indiana team, there's something really powerful about getting everybody together. I thought it was so amazing that we were able to have a team party, that we were able to take team photos, which I was able to get some of those back today, and don't worry, I'll post those. And that we were just able to be together, and you guys, a lot of you had coaches there for the first time. And so, I mean, at this very point in time, I want you to say, set a goal. I will be there next year, and I will be bringing X number of coaches, so that you can go ahead and put that into the universe and set that goal for yourself, because there's something magical and electrifying that happens when you get to Summit. I mean, my favorite part is watching the transformation stories that we celebrate on Saturday night and see who the Beachbody champion is, or not the Beachbody champion, the Beachbody challenge winner. I mean, it's just, there's something that reminds everybody why we do what we do and why we're here. And with that being said, you guys, I was sitting there in those seats thinking, I don't think we have that many of our coaches who are entering the Beachbody, the Beachbody challenge. Why are we not submitting our results? Why is Alicia Bullock not on that stage? Why is Carrie Wesley not on that stage? You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that we need to be more intentional about too, that you are submitting your results and that you are encouraging your customers and your coaches to submit their results, because it's not over just a 1 year time. It doesn't matter how long you've been on your Beachbody journey, you can submit your results to the Beachbody challenge. And I mean, you guys, there's money on the table there for you to have. I just keep thinking on Saturday, I was Alicia should be on that stage. Carrie should be on that stage. There's so many of you guys that should be on that stage for what you've accomplished with your own personal physical transformation using Beachbody products. And I feel with the 2B mindset, there's just something new. There's so much more that's going to happen. So I feel that's something that I want to have on your radar too, that you are encouraging your coaches and your challengers and your clients to submit their results, because who doesn't want a free t-shirt? Every time you submit, you get a free t-shirt. Jenny Fellows, how many free t-shirts do you have from submitting your results? Because Jenny, every time she finishes a program, she submits her results because she's I'm getting a free t-shirt. Jenny will do it for a free t-shirt. But seriously, I really do think that that is something that we're just not promoting enough, that we should be, and getting our people into that challenge, because I want one of you guys to be on that stage representing one of your clients, or you on that stage representing yourself and your own hard work. And so just know that that is something that is right there that I don't know if this team's taking advantage of. And I want to throw that out there. But that was just something that popped in my head right now. And I just had to mention it because I was sitting there on Saturday night oh my gosh, we need to do this more. But anyway, I want you to have a couple of things on your radar for next year as well, and pass this down to your team. Go ahead and put them in your calendar for 2019. So Julie Voris, who's my upline coach and your upline coach, will be hosting some events the same way it happened this year. And I'm telling you this now so you can plan ahead, because some of you will be traveling from afar and you need to know these kinds of details. But the Tuesday night before Summit, so I'm going to look at my calendar because I just want to tell you the exact date. Okay, so July, I'm going to go to July 2019. Okay. So July 2019. Okay. So Summit is the weekend of the 18th, 19th, 20, 21st. Am I correct in saying that? No. The weekend before, the 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So Julie will be hosting a Spartan Nation party at Scotty's the Tuesday before, like she did this year. So that'd be July 9th. Okay. And then she'll also be having a Spartan Nation training on the Thursday before, like she did this year. So that'd be July 11th. So those are things to know. I will be doing things for my PS coaches on Wednesday the 10th. So if you're one of my PS coaches, we're going to do something on Wednesday the 10th.
Or mine.
Yeah, or David's. Okay, so know those kinds of things. And so those of you that are, I want you to go ahead and say, what can I do for my team? Right? And like start thinking about like hosting your team or having a dinner or a lunch or a brunch or something like that, you know, celebrating a 5-star, a 10-star, a 15-star victory. Like, what are you working towards for next year's summit? I want you to go ahead and start thinking, wow, I can plan my own event for my team, you know, and think about things like that. Cause that's kind of what I'm visualizing too. I will still do like a meet and greet on the Thursday night before we go to the celebration as a team. I don't know if we'll probably do photos at that time and not do it at a separate date, but just things to know and to think about in planning your summit experience a year from now, which is crazy that we're planning it over a year ahead. But basically we have team events starting on Tuesday. And being at the Spartan Nation party was really cool. And that's something that I think if you're able to make that happen, you make that happen. And definitely being present at the Spartan Nation training on the Thursday before, I would just absolutely do that. Julie also has the post-summit pit stop on the Sunday after, which I was unable to go, but I feel like our coaches who attended were like, that was absolutely what I needed. And so I think again, so like, go ahead, put Tuesday through Sunday on your calendar and just figure it out as you go. I also feel like you're like, wow, that's a lot of money in hotels and lodging or airfare or whatever. You have over a year to save up the money to make that happen. And it will be one of the most amazing investments in your business you could ever make. So think about it that way too. So, you know, anyway, so wanted to throw that out there for you guys. So tonight I've invited some of the leaders on our team, to bring and show up and share with you all some of their best takeaways from Summit. They were in workshops and leadership development training and were there with their teammates. And so, you know, we all walked away with notebooks full of information. And before we start tonight, I do want to recommend that you listen to Emily Robidaw's National Wake Up Call from yesterday, because Emily shared it with the mindset of, okay, I'm home from Summit. What do I do? How do I focus and make some awesome things happen and take intentional action? Because all of us walked away with amazing insights and takeaways and ideas. And Emily will help you take that and do something with it. And so, you know, and if you went to the post-summit pit stop, I think that you probably also got that from that meeting as well. But I also recommend everybody who did that. We are in a really amazing time of the year. Right now, we're in the third quarter of the business, starting the third quarter of the business. And this is when magic happens. This is when people are ready to take their business to the next level. This is when the people that we work with who are watching us on social media are like, okay, I want to be a part of that. This is when people are saying, okay, yeah, I do need to get in shape right now. I do need to start taking my health seriously. This is when in June and July, when everyone's businesses just skyrocket. And so I want you to notice that and recognize that and take advantage of that. We're going into July. And if you were on, did he do it on the Beachbody Champions? Jeff Hill talked about Beat Your Best. They introduced, it's a new kind of, it's not a team cup, but it's a Beat Your Best, where we're kind of working to beat our best in terms of how many Success Club points we've earned, in terms of how many of our PS coaches have hit Success Club in the month of July. You guys, we've got some incredible things lined up for this team in the month of July when it comes to pushing to diamond. I know a lot of, I've gotten so many messages, I want to push to diamond, you know, which like makes me on fire. And I'm like, okay, let us figure this out. And something just, you know, Erica reached out to me today, something kind of fell in our lap, and it was like, okay, that's what we needed. So we've got an incredible Push to Diamond program we're going to be bringing to you guys in July. We've got Beat Your Best is coming in July, and we have Lift 4, oh my gosh, coming in July. We're going to have a new version of Shift Shop coming. Shaun T's coming back, new flavor of Shakeology. Like, it just is not stopping. And it's so incredible because I feel like that this year's been awesome, but I feel like it's just been a warm up of what is to come in terms of the number of lives that we're going to change, the number of new coaches we're going to welcome to this team, the number of rank advancements that are going to happen in the months of June and July, you know, the income that's going to be brought into your families. Like, we are just getting warmed up. And I hope that you understand that. And so your job is to take ownership of your business, and you're going to learn that tonight. I think Megan's going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Your job tonight is to set incredible goals and to take massive action, and to never for one hot second to let fear and to doubt to get into your way. The theme of Summit was believe in you. And I love that. And we all love that who were there, and we soaked in that message. But you guys, we are also unique and individual in our own ways, and we have so many people in our lives that we can help. And so tonight, the takeaways are going to help you know how to help more people. And the thing that I ask of you is that you just right now for this call is that you show up for you in your A game for right now. Like, this is so important that you are totally present, that you are showing up to be on your A game for yourself, for the CEO of your Beachbody business. Okay, that you're present, that you're taking notes, that you're imagining your life a year from now and what you will accomplish in that year, how many lives you will change, the rank advancements that you will make, the income that you will bring into your family. Because tonight, you are going to learn things that are going to bring you closer, that are going to give you action steps and mindset shifts that are going to bring you closer to that. It will be your job after you get off this call tonight to connect with your coach. It will be your job tonight to connect with your coach, okay? To connect with your coach and say, I was on that call, and this is what I will accomplish in my business before the end of the year. When January 1 hits, boom, I will have achieved X, Y, and Z in my business, and this is how I'm going to do it. And I want to set up a call with you, and I want to run these ideas past you. That's your job, you guys. Like, we don't know, as upline coaches, your upline coaches, we don't know when and if you need mentorship, you need guidance, you need support. Megan legit was like, Erin, I need to talk to you. Like, that's the kind of message I need. Okay, that's the kind of message your coach needs. Your coach needs to know what your goals are, because you're a grown-up, you're a big person, you're a CEO of your business. Your coach needs to know what your goals are and what you're willing to do and what you need from them to help you get there, okay? Because we are all like in this together, but we also have to take action every single day, okay? And so I want to say that because I just want to kind of clear the air that tonight you're going to hear everything you need to hear, okay? And it's up to you tomorrow to wake up and do something with it. Okay, deal, everybody? Okay, sound good? Oh, Renee just gave me a mic drop. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. What did I say that was a mic drop? Okay, amen, Megan. Okay, so who is first? Because I just lost my thing here. Hold on a second. Okay, oh, it's Jenny. Jenny's first. Okay, so Jenny, are you ready, sister? Where are you? I've lost you on here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Take it away, girlfriend.
Okay, so I am going to talk about belief and passion because I feel like that's the one thing I really got from every single person that spoke. And I think Michelle Myers, I wrote a quote that she wrote that she said, what we do is heart work. We impact, we influence, we make a difference, and we change lives. Like, if you guys just remember that, like, it's quite simple. But I took some notes here. I think the one thing I really gathered from all the speakers is they 100% believe what they're doing. They believe in these products. They believe in the company structure. They bleed it. It shows they're confident and they talk about it. And I think for myself, especially with the business opportunity, first of all, it's not an opportunity, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to go out there and share that with others because we have the tools to change people's friggin' lives. And I dare ask any of you, has anything bad happened from saying yes to coaching? Like nothing bad can happen from saying yes to coaching. Our lives have exponentially been changed because of Beachbody, because of drinking a shake, because we press play on a workout, even if we're not talking about the business part and the coaching part, but reaching out to those people to be our future challengers. Our lives have changed. Nothing bad has happened. Only good things have happened. And I'm starting now, like I've had some people on Shakeology, they canceled it. They say it's too expensive. And I'm telling them, I 100% believe in this product. Like I wouldn't be here 4 years later if I did not 100%. And rather than just trying to tell them, oh, it'll do this, I'm just calling bullshit on it. And I'm telling them, I 100% believe in this. And you just have to, if I put it in my body and it makes me happy. And I'm just going to be a little bit bolder with people when it comes to it. And I actually got an aha moment last year at Summit, waiting in line to get a picture in the Indy race car. I started a conversation with a coach. Her name is Stacy. She lives on the East Coast somewhere. We have become instant friends. We exchange names on Facebook. Honestly, we were in the same hall. We were in the same hotel, and we didn't even know it. And we ran into each other like 5 different times. And on the last day, when we were getting ready to leave, we were talking about confidence and how all the speakers have passion. And you listen to them and you just believe it because of the way they speak it. And she said, when she gets the objection that Shakeology is too expensive, I know I clam up and I say, I get it. I thought the same thing. And I just kind of, I'm not dominant in the situation, I guess. She said what she tells people is, it's not expensive. Like, look what you get for $4.33. That is not expensive. Like, you just have to believe, you believe in Shakeology. You just have to exert that when you talk to people. So you have to believe 100%. And I believe the stronger you believe in the products, the easier it is to share. It just, especially coming off the summit and listening to everybody, it's just, we have to believe and we have to be confident. Let's see, what else do I have here? The easiest way, like we believe in the products, is share your journey. If you guys are not sharing your journey on social media at least twice a day, a part of your lifestyle, a part of what we're doing, then you're missing the mark. You've got to share. It is no different than if we go to a restaurant or we go to a movie and we like it and we tell everybody, go see Incredibles 2. It was incredible. It's no different than telling people that we drink this little mama's milkshake and it makes us feel better. There's no difference there. I don't know that Erin has uploaded her panel discussion yet. I think it was one of the best things I listened to at All of Summit. And I'm not just saying that because she's my best friend and coach. I'm saying that because it was simple and it was tangible tips. It went from the beginning of not having friends on social media, having a private social media, not sure how to share, all the way to inviting to the coaching opportunity. It will be the best 25 minutes that you watch. And I know I taped it, so I know that Erin will upload it at some point, and it's a must watch. And the last thing I want to tell you guys is I think a lot of the coaches, I liked how Kim Carver told us we can go away from Summit and our mind can just be like, oh my God, where do we start? We think we have to do this and this and this and this, and that's not the case. We need to take nuggets and we need to apply them. And most of what spoke to me is go back to the basics. You guys, when I built my business to a diamond, a year into my journey, that first year, we didn't have all this stuff. We didn't have a FitVitalNation Nation Business Launch Academy. We didn't have challenge group guides. Like, I just made up my own shit in a challenge group. We just did it. It was with our heart. It was not with all this extra fluff. So just do the basics. Lead with your heart, serve others, and help people, and you'll build your business. Done.
Renee, drop the mic again. Okay, drop that mic. Okay. That was awesome.
One more thing. This is a people business. Do not speak to the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Love others hard and you will succeed.
Yeah. I know. I wrote all that same stuff down, but I'm writing it again because why not, right? The more we write it down, the more. Yeah, go for it. What do you want to say?
I became a diamond by sharing it with challengers and having the challengers fall in love with the products, and they became coaches. Like that, it doesn't have to be hard, you guys. It's very simple.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, one of our success pods that we're working with right now, they want a lot of advice on how to invite. And I think that everybody, that's a muscle. It is a muscle that you have to work on, and what that means to talk to people like that. But you know what? It's just sharing your journey. That's all inviting is saying, this has worked for me.
Mm-hmm. And I think Beth, did you know Beth was going to talk about this next?
No, I really didn't.
This is really good. Thank you so much, Jenny. Okay, Beth, you can unmute yourself. That was awesome, Jenny. Because Beth is going to jump in and talk about inviting. Am I correct, Beth, in saying that? Where is she? I'm waiting for Beth.
I'm here. I thought I was talking about objections and like posting boldly.
Oh, well, I love that. Well, I think in your objections, go for it. In your objections, I feel like you're going to probably cover it though. So no, you don't have to make up something right now on the fly. Go with what you planned.
Okay. All right. So I started working on what I wanted to talk about, and part of it's still like swirling in my brain, which is normal. I mean, to still have it all going around and trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to attack this. But I'm going to do my best to share what really stuck out to me. So when it comes to my social media posts, I feel like I have been too passive. And especially since the algorithm changed, I think it really made me start second guessing everything and just wondering, like, what can I even say anymore without getting my post dumped on, without having it not have any engagement at all. And so I just got overwhelmed and I quit. Like, I didn't find my momentum again. Like, I'm still posting twice a day, but it doesn't have the passion behind it because I'm not using my voice, because I'm afraid that Facebook will just like drown my voice out. So I'm going to quit that shit because that's not helping me anyway. So I might as well just say what I have to say and put it out there and then let the universe take care of it for me. So I have plans based on, I don't know who it was that said it. I have like so many notes, but it was part of the attraction marketing piece. And they said to write down words that describe coaching and use in your posts, because the words that I would use to describe coaching are the words that are going to attract the people who will want to be coaches for me. And I need to make my posts more simple and tell them exactly what I want. So instead of wishy-washying around it and telling them about my past and telling them about where I am now, I'm just going to come right out there and say it and be like, hey, I want some warriors. I want to build my team. I want you to be on my team, and keep it super simple. I want to have like a bold graphic or picture of me, my face, and tell them what I want and like put that out there. Because I'm not getting what I want because I'm not asking for it. Nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about because I'm not saying it. So I'm going to start saying it boldly. So things like, asking people, do you need something just for you? Coaching was the answer for me. Ask me for more. And find your passion. Like coaching was it for me. And do you love helping others? I love it. This is how I do it. Like really breaking it down and sort of front loading the conversation. So instead of just talking about like how my past led to this, I'm going to front load it and start with the BAM first and get them with that first. So that's leading with confidence, leading with strength and power, and more of a warrior's mentality. I'm taking no prisoners and just saying like, this is what I want. So I would say things like, do you want to get paid to work out? Like I would be terrified to say something like that. I don't like talking about money, and I used to hate working out, but I'm not talking about who I used to be. I'm talking about who I am right now, because I'm tired of attracting people who are still stuck like I used to be, because that's all I talk about is being stuck. So I'm going to start talking about where I am right now, which is being like strong and confident. So that's number one. Now I'm going to switch completely and talk about objections. Everybody good? Thumbs up? Okay. Moving ahead. So, okay. The piece about objections was like super powerful to me, mainly because I've always thought and been taught and coached that like no means not right now. And I get that. And that definitely makes me feel better about myself and not get discouraged about moving forward, and helps me remember to follow up with people. But it doesn't help me in the moment when I'm talking to the person. And I'm pretty good at answering objections as they come. I have some stock answers that I usually use or whatever. But what I really loved is what they talked about when they said that basically when you narrow it down, when you flush away all of the objections, no matter what they are, they come down to either having just plain flat out fear, just being scared, or they don't know. Like it's either fear or fear of the unknown. So it all breaks down to they're scared. So I'm going to change that correlation in my mind so that every time I hear an objection, no matter what the objection is, I'm going to stop and be like, oh, hold up, they're scared. Why are they scared? What do they need to know? What am I not telling them that they're still scared of this? And try to get that out of them next. And just instead of meeting the objection that they give me and trying to prove to them that their objection is invalid, because it's not, like they're scared and that's real, trying to be like, you know what? I hear the objections you're giving me. I hear your excuses. Let's find out like what you're really afraid of. And since I'm going with this new bold path, I'm just going to ask him. I mean, like, it sounds like you're really scared. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of failing? Are you afraid that you're going to let me down? Are you afraid that this isn't going to work for you like so many other things? Are you afraid of investing in yourself? Are you afraid of putting yourself first? Are you afraid of spending time on yourself and not your family? Like, what are you afraid of? And I'm going to ask people. And they might not know, because probably they've never thought of it, and probably no one's ever asked them. But it's going to get that going in their brain, and they're going to be like, hold up, what am I afraid of? And help them to start moving past that. I believe that will help with the follow-up when I'm like, hey, how's it going? I still believe in you. You don't have to be afraid anymore. So, as part of that, after I stop and remind myself like that objection equals fear, I'm going to start sharing the answers to objections in posts. So it's almost like I want to like answer their specific objection in a post so that they see it there. But then in the one-on-one, that's where I'm getting down and being like, hey, talk to me. You can trust me. You've told me so much so far. You've told me how desperately you need this. You've told me your medical background and like your whole life story. So how about if you like trust me now that you trusted me with all of that and go for it. But I'm going to address their objection on social without calling them out or anything. But that way it starts to beat that down, because these things tend to go in cycles. Like either everybody's obsessed with money or everybody's obsessed with time or whatever. It's the season of our lives. But addressing it in social media and talking about like my personal experiences and how I overcame those objections myself, or talking about a challenger that I have and how they overcame it. So people who say that they don't have enough time, then I would post a picture of me, busy mom, because I'm still working, or a challenger that I have who's making it work, or talk about how meal prep actually like saves my life, because that means when I get home from work and my kids are hungry, I have dinner already ready and I don't have to spend that hour. I can actually spend time with my children instead, and healthy eating and healthy living in this lifestyle brought me to that, like those kinds of things. And same thing with like coaching objections. So when I'm inviting to my tribe and I'm saying, hey, warriors, welcome or whatever, and I'm getting feedback like I don't have time for that, then a picture of me like working in pockets of time, sitting in line at the pickup line for Capri's school and sending out invites, or you know, whatever, like those little moments, and addressing that like as it's happening, so that that's in my post and I'm breaking down objections before I even get them. I think that's it.
Can I say something? I love that I've heard you say that. I don't know if you've noticed it or not. But I love how you're calling your potential client or your coach a warrior.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool, because you're speaking to her or him in that post. I've heard Erica do it as a soul sister. She calls everybody a soul sister. And you're calling them a warrior. And I like it, that is like on the other side of that. I'm like, I want to be a warrior with Beth.
Right.
I want to be a warrior. Like I want to be a fighter. Like you're saying so much there with that. So I think that's kind of cool. Like that's like a marketing strategy. But it's from your heart. It's not really something that you were like sitting down and had to mastermind this word, but like, that's something kind of cool that I don't want you to forget that you're doing that right now, that you need to keep doing that for sure.
Well, it is partially purposeful, because I am looking for people who did go through something hard, because I'm going to relate to that, but I want them to already be like on the upswing and looking to find their solution and their tribe with women who are actually trying to do something about it and aren't still wallowing in their own muck. Because I've been there, done that. Now I'm doing this. And I want people to do this with me, not that. That's done.
You're not their therapist.
Maybe in little pockets, but for now, like I want people, and it's funny because I was last summit coming back on the plane, I talked to Natalie. Stephanie and I were just chatting with her, and she mentioned something about that, like, girl, I've got tons of people who I attracted from like my past life, but I've got a whole new life now and I need people who are going that way. And it kind of stuck with me, but I was still in my own space there. And now that I'm, over here, like I totally get that. So I need to like the warrior thing, that's on purpose.
Love it. I think it's really smart though. It's really, really smart. Man, there was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, maybe I'll think of it later, but yeah, that was really, everyone's already mic dropped you 45 times. They want you to do the next team call. So just be ready. Okay? All right. So, shoot, what was it? It had some, oh, well, it's fine. I don't need to say anything else. Okay, Beth, that was fantastic. Okay. So Stephanie is going to come on after you. So Stephanie, you can unmute yourself and jump in and share what your major takeaway was from Summit. I know there was more than one, but the one you're sharing tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to be on my A game. I'm past my bedtime. I get up at 4 in the morning. So I'm going to try to knock it out of the park. But Jenny kind of said some of the things that I was actually going to talk about, because Michelle Myers really just brought it back to the basics that people always overlook. And it's the one thing that if we freaking do it, your business is going to rock no matter what. When you try so hard, you try too hard. And she really just basically broke it down and said that the basics don't go out of style. Direct sales is a person-to-person business. And oftentimes when we're frustrated because our business isn't working, it's most often because we are making our person-to-person business person-to-people business. And if you're speaking to the masses, it's like they say, if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. And so she really brought that in. And then she talked about how if you're skipping the crucial conversations and treating everyone the same, then you miss out on the opportunity to make an impact on someone's life. And it's so true. If you just slow down, take the time to talk to someone and know, like Beth is saying, their objections, you're getting to know them, their whole history, what's holding them back. You get to know where their pain points are. So even if they say no now, there are so many people I went back to in a follow-up message today after hearing so much of the content from Summit. And it's like, hey, you know what? Our whole theme at Summit was believing in others so they can believe in themselves. And I'm just thinking of you. And I know that you've talked to me several times. And, I know that you want this, but you're holding yourself back. And when you're ready, I'm here. And that's simply all I said, and I feel like so many times all we think about are the SC points and who we can get right now, that we forget that sometimes it takes a lot of belief in someone before they can finally believe in themselves. So, also, going back to saying that Beachbody has made this business super convenient for us. And she really talks about how they handle the shipping and they update the websites. And we forget that it's actually pretty easy and that we actually get to do the fun work, which is getting to talk to people and knowing their pain points. And that everything can be automated, but people can't. So you really have to take time to love on them, and unloved people don't want to be led. And I will tell you, when she said that, I wasn't just thinking about challengers, I was thinking about coaches as well, because so many times we get so caught up in our own business, our goals, our wants, our needs, that we forget what our coaches are setting out to do. And that the first thing that happens is whenever time is starting to run low, we focus on our stuff and we stop recognizing our coaches and stop loving on them and stop showing them that we're there to help them. So I wanted to actually talk a little bit about that. And then she gave 5 points to pursue selfless ambition. And it's basically number 1 is our job is to serve and not to be served. So we need to ask more about how we can serve others. Our business moves at the speed of trust. So our work isn't over when someone says yes. That's when it first begins. And just like Jenny said, everyone thinks that that's why our business is harder, but it's not hard work. It's the heart work. That's where and that's what we all love. We would have never said yes to this to make a quick buck because it's not easy. And I've talked about that several times on my social media. If I was in it for the money, I'd be posting about every fad diet out there because people buy into fads. They don't buy into the hard work. So it is harder, but it's definitely a lot more rewarding. And this was a big one. Our offline lives make us relevant online. So basically going out and living your life freaking is the thing that gives life to your business. And so many times, we don't have time for this, this, and this. But if you make the time, your business is going to grow because you get to share more conversations, more experiences. So that was a big one too, because I know I'm usually nah, I don't have time for that. But tonight I made time and I did a yoga class, a floating yoga class. So let's see, what else? If you let what others think of you impact you, then you will get stuck in the business. So that goes back to having belief in the products, belief in yourself. And then selfless ambition refuses to look at this as an opportunity. So she really went into about how Beachbody isn't an opportunity because opportunity is optional, and it's not optional. what we have is a responsibility to share with others and help them. And I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered it all.
David stole my mouse for a second.
I did.
Oh, there's so much there, right? I want to know about floating yoga for a hot second. What does that mean?
It's Beth and I were going to try it out in Mexico, but the class was full. But it's these like floating pads in a pool, and then you're doing yoga on top. So you're balancing. It's hard, but it was a lot of fun.
That sounds so cool. I'm so proud of you, you little introvert.
I know. I
went
with the neighbor, and I didn't fall in.
You like were the rock star at the end of the class. I would have been wet in a hot second. No, I think what we need to do is make sure we have Michelle's video, and we'll upload it to the team page.
I found it today because I re-listened.
Okay, well maybe you can share it to the team page after this, because it was amazing. Like she was full of like truth bombs left and right.
And she made it funny. Like she's just someone that's fun to listen to.
Yeah, she's a great speaker. Yeah, and she did talk so much about our responsibility as coaches, and she made our jobs feel really important again. And I think sometimes we just kind of underplay and downplay like what our responsibility is as a coach. And I do think that, and something I remembered like getting from her too was that it's not about the numbers and getting massive amount of people to say yes to you, but it's like having those like really great like individual conversations and being able to actually help someone get the results that they want and they deserve. And I think that, you know, all of that just ties in together. But yeah, she was pretty amazing. She was definitely well deserving of that speaker spot on the main stage because she brought it and it was really awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing she did say, and it just reminded me that she said something like, what is it? What we do isn't convenient, but it's when it's like our business is actually more fun whenever we get to inconvenience ourselves to make it convenient for others, which is true. Like when you spend the time talking to someone because they're hung up or they're struggling on something, it may take more of our time to help them, but it feels more rewarding at the end of the day that you were able to help someone through whatever struggle they were going through.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And sometimes we need to be available for others when it's convenient for them. And it may not be super convenient for us, but that's just kind of part of our job too, if we want to be there to help them. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you staying up late for us tonight, sister. Okay. Thank you. All right. So Casey, are you still here? Are you still having do you have Wi-Fi at your house? You can unmute yourself. See if I can see you. Is Casey Withers still here? She's still here? Oh, there you are. Okay. You're
okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Okay. So I'm still on the computer, but I have my phone in my hand. So if it cuts me off, switch over. Yeah, it's storming really bad here now, so I don't know how long it's going to stay on. Okay, so all of the things that the ladies have talked about, starred and underlined in my notebook, like Kim Barbara said, those were some really messages that really stuck out, I think, for all of us. I am in business right now. I'm really working hard to gain more people from my cold market, because still over the last 4 years, probably 90% of my customers are either warm market people or friends of my warm market. So they're really still not people that I have no connection to however. So at some point, I feel like I'm going to have to tap that cold market, or I am going to kind of run out of people. So I really took a lot of notes at the Institute meetings. And those are what I'm going to talk about, just some of the tips and things that I'm trying to implement and that have stood out to me. So first of all, just some of the basics are on your Instagram, make sure that your profile picture is a big view. You want people, when they come there, to see who you are, not a picture of you and all of your kids or you and your parents, to just be you. It doesn't mean you can't share those things and parts of your life in your posts, but primarily up front and center, you want a clear picture of you. You also want to clean up your bio. I've been told several times not to put the word coach or the title of each play coach in your bio. That just scares a lot of people away. There's so many marketers out there now that, if they come to your page and immediately think that you want to sell them something, a lot of them aren't going to look any further, and they're not going to follow you. So you can put fitness lover, fitness fan, a mom on a mission to change lives, things like that you don't want to put out of each body coach. So, right up front in your bio, if you have that there, you might want to consider editing that. Also, when you first go to your Instagram page where you have underneath your name, like the little descriptors of you, with your emojis and things, if you try to edit that in Instagram, especially on your phone, it's not going to allow for spaces or for you to tab down or hit enter to go to the next line. But if you want that clean look where it's like listing things or spaces between your emojis, you can type that into like the text box on your phone. You're going to text someone, and then copy and paste that to your bio on Instagram, and that allows you to clean that up and the way you want it to look. So that's a cool little trick I learned from another training that helped me to kind of create a better look for my bio. And with Instagram, I think the look of your page is so important, because when they open that, it's not like Facebook where they scroll and scroll and scroll. They can see your bio in your first several posts. So I think that the look of it is very important. Okay, so one thing I talked about is developing your brand. So like in the training we had all that back about your 5 pillars, you want to kind of sit down and list out like, what are your posts going to be about? What do you want people to think about you from your posts? So like fitness, family, faith, food, what are the things that you're highlighting in your posts that are going to connect to people that you're trying to attract? And then once you've done that, you want to make sure that you're consistently showing up every day and posting into your Instagram account. And they suggested 1 to 2 posts on your Instagram page, and then at least 3 to 5 stories. Over and over, they talked about how important stories are, because that's where the clients are going, especially younger crowd, are really into the Instagram stories. There's some really cool things you can do in stories. I wasn't going to cover a lot of that, but you can polls in there, and the polls are fantastic because, like, if you're posting about Lift 4, and then you put on there, isn't this program cool? It has 2 options for polls. You can say yes and heck yes, or something like that. You do 2 positive options, and then when they click on those, you've automatically got that open line to send them a message inviting them to your Lift 4 group, or to open up communication about Lift 4. I've done that with 2B Mindset, and I did get a couple new customers from 2B Mindset from polls in my IG stories last month. So the whole thing will work. And it's not weird that you send them a message, because they have already told you that they want to know more about it. So that immediate message is not weird when they're coming back on you on your polls. Let's see. So she suggested 1 to 2 posts a day on Instagram, at least 3 stories. And then they also suggested going live at least once a week in your IG account. So that's something I haven't been doing, so I need myself go live at least once a week. Okay, and then another thing she talks about when you're to connect to people on Instagram is just making sure that you're messaging the people that are liking your posts. And basically, it's just kind of a generic message to them, like, hey girl, thanks for the support on my fitness post today. I'm not sure if this program might interest you, but I just want to pass you something generic like that, and with the smiley face, not really inviting yet, just saying, thanks for your support. I'm not sure if this coaching opportunity interests you, but I did want to pass you up. Smiley face, just something generic like that to open that line of communication. Okay, so also something that I'm doing very well. I get lots of likes and comments, and I'm not following up with those. So I needed to hear, like, I guess, how to do that without seeming pushy or spammy. They're called market people. Then they talked about the 2 buckets to success, and that would be inviting to your team and inviting to your challenges. They suggested 2 to 3 times per week at a minimum for that. And again, I think someone else talked about talking to one specific person. So it's sometimes overwhelming when you're doing the like posts. If you're talking to the masses, and instead keep that one person in mind, think of that one person that you really think should be doing mindset right now. How would you talk to them? Invite that person. Or think about the one person that you really want to join your team and talk to that person in your team. Invite that person. So then, you know, it's not so overwhelming if you're talking to one person and not worrying about those negative Nellies out there and what they're saying about your post. Okay, and then the last thing I was going to cover was ways to connect people market. And so when you're in Instagram, you would search hashtags. So think about those 5 pillars, the things that identify you. So like if you're a mom, twin mom, or baseball mom, or if you go camping a lot.
Can you hear me, Casey?
You can't hear me?
Well, yeah, but it's super, super distorted. So I'm going to just, like, before you continue any longer, maybe just...
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Right there.
Is it any better?
Any better?
Turn off your computer. Turn off your computer. Can you hear me?
Any better?
Turn off your computer and just use your phone. Okay, I'll cut her computer.
No.
Which one? This one. I can't mute it. Okay, Casey, talk on your phone. Can you hear me?
Okay, is it better?
Yeah, on your phone, it's way better, sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to ask you to go live on the team page or do a video on the team page later, because the first part of that was distorted. But I want you to pick up with the connecting with people with hashtags, because that's where you were going with that. And so we'll do the other parts later, because, yeah, it was really distorted for a lot of people.
oh,
Okay?
no. Okay.
It's okay.
So I was afraid it was going to do that. So searching hashtags related to you. So like if you're a mom of twins, or if you go camping a lot, you might search hashtags like twin mom or camping with family or gymnastics mom, like, you know, whatever is one of your pillars that really people that would relate to you. And so like if you search the hashtag twin mom, you're just going to look down through and click on mom of twins, and then look at through some of the people that have commented below that or have posted below that. Go to their page. So you may go to a page and it's just a regular mom who has twins like you. And so the rule or their suggestion was, once you open that page and you're on that person's page, you would like 5 pics and then comment on 3 of their pictures and then click follow. And then you want to write that person's name down, so that for the next week or so, you're going back to their page and you're still commenting and liking on their pictures. Because the first time, if you just, you know, you like their 5 pictures and comment on 3, but they never see you again, that doesn't mean that they're going to start interacting with you. But if you continue to show up on their page and you're liking and commenting on their things, hopefully you will start to create a conversation with them where you're interacting. And then basically they said, when it feels right, you send the invite. But, you know, if it ever goes anywhere and they never interact with you, they're probably not going to feel right getting a message from you. So, you know, until you're having a conversation going back and forth and they're interacting with your comments on their pictures and things, it doesn't feel right to invite them yet. So, but basically, I like the role of having some kind of guidelines, because I've done that. I've found people and I've commented on things, but then I'm like, now what? You know, when, you know, what do I do now? So I cannot remember which speaker it even was that was saying that, but she said she likes 5 pictures, she comments on 3, and then follows. But make sure you're writing down that page so you can go back to it over the next several days and comment, interact on their pictures. So you're starting to open that line of communication. So
that was very good. Yeah. And we could hear your beautiful voice perfect that time. It was so good.
Earlier, I could have switched over.
Well, I was, whatever. I should have jumped in, or somebody should have sooner, but I could understand what you were saying, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway. But what I want to tell you, I want to add on to that for a hot second. So you guys, basically, we have to be super intentional about growing our market beyond the people that we know right now. Okay. And we can do that like so freaking easily on Instagram. Okay. You can do that so easily on Instagram. I mean, I think you kind of could do this on Facebook too, in a different, way if Facebook's your jam, because you can do this on Facebook. But the thing of it is like, you actually have to like say to yourself, okay, I'm going to go to Instagram right now and I'm going to meet 5 new people using the hashtag twin mom, because I'm also a twin mom. I am not really, but I'm using that example. So that's what I want you to understand. Like, this stuff is super intentional. And this is how, like, if you want to see people killing it in this business right now, this is how they're doing it. They're meeting people just like them on Instagram, doing what Casey just said with that last part that you could understand crystal clear, okay? And that is the truth. But you have to say, I'm going to go do this right now. I'm going to go meet 5 people. And then the next day you're like, meet 5 people, and I'm going to check on the people from yesterday and see how they're doing. But you know what's awesome? I want to add one step to that, is you follow them. And once you start following someone, if you can see their story. When you interact with people on their story, that's the bread and butter, you guys. When you I'm going to take that one step further, interacting on their story. If you're like watching their story and you're like, oh girl, that's so funny. Okay, what if and this is your challenge, you actually did that as a video, because you can do that. Girl, that is so funny. I have kids too. You just made me laugh. Like, thank you so much. That is bread and butter right there, because you just made yourself a real person to this person that you're following, who's a twin mom just like you. Okay. And so that's what's happening on Instagram. That is what people are doing to meet people and to build the trust that Michelle Myers talked about. And so, I mean, I've done that before. Today, I spent like 10 minutes going through the people who I'm following and watching their stories and sending them messages and engaging with them and their kids and their shopping and their whatever. And a couple of those that I was like, oh my gosh, she's just like me. I sent them a video of me being like, I love that skirt. You have to buy it. Like, seriously, it looks so good on you, So like, it's cool. I mean, and that is really a cool way to get to know people in that cold market pretty easily. So yeah, that was really good stuff. So somebody else, I don't know who it was, mentioned while you were talking an app, IGTV. I've never used it, but I've just downloaded it. Tara. Yeah, I'm really excited to try that. Oh, it looks really cool, Tara. Thank you. Like, I can't wait to try it out. IGTV. Okay. Great way to put your videos into Instagram. So I like that. So yeah, Casey's going to make a quick vid, maybe share that with us later in the week. Okay. Awesome. Anything else to add, Casey, that you remember?
No, I mean, there's a lot of cool things with stories, but like I said, I said 5 minutes. So.
I know we could like go on all day about stories. More training to come, right? More stuff to fill in, because that's the good tangible stuff that we need to know. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Casey. All right, Megan, you are up, sister. Ready?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Perfectly fine.
You're good. Okay. I feel Casey's pain. We both live in Southern Indiana in the boonies where it's storming right now. So I completely can relate to her. Okay. So everyone that you've heard so far has given some really good tangible tips. And I do have some of those for you, but I really want to talk about the mindset shift that happened for me at Summit this year. And it wasn't really even at Summit that this happened. It was on our car ride home with my husband, and just talking to him about the things I had heard, the things that I learned. And this being my third summit of not rank advancing, what was going on? And that was my conversation with him. You know, I've been to these, they motivate me, they get me excited, but I'm still sitting in a 2-star. Like, what is going on? And just the conversation that I had with him on the way home was my big aha moment. And some of the things I'm going to talk about, the leaders on the team got to go to a special leadership session. And some of the things that Christina Delgado talked about, I'm going to share a little bit about, because those are the action steps I'm going to take. But the mind shift change that I had and that Summit creates for you, and that conversation in the car created for me, is what it's all about. And if you are on this call and you have not been to a summit, you have got to get yourself there next year. You just have to. If you're serious about this business, you have to be there next year. I have been coasting in my business for the past 2.5 years. I had this huge, hairy, scary goal of matching my teaching income. And that's what I fought for. And I fought hard for that. And as soon as I hit that goal, I've just kind of coasted since then. Yes, my team's grown. Yes, we've done amazing things. Yes, my income's gotten a little bit bigger. But I've coasted. I really haven't worked the way that I was working before whenever I had that big goal. And I knew I needed that why. I knew I needed something to be fighting for, but I didn't really know what that was. I matched my teaching income. And for me, money's just not a big thing that motivates me. You know, I didn't need, I don't know, a car or this or that, or, well, actually, if you follow me, I do need a new car, but there's just that didn't motivate me anymore, and I needed something new to motivate me. And when we were at Summit this year, my girls came. This was their first Beachbody experience that they've ever had. They loved it. They think they're part of the team now. They wanted to come and get on this call with me so they could see Mimi more than anyone, that my girls have fallen in love with my coach Mimi. But anyway, they were sitting there in the stands, and they wanted to know why I wasn't walking across the stage. And it was a goal of mine. It's been a goal of mine to be an elite coach for 3 years now, but I haven't put the work in to get there. I'm going to be honest. I haven't. I've wanted it to happen, but I haven't put the work in. And they wanted to know, because in their eyes, mommy's top coach. I'm the number one coach out there. I'm the best one. But they wanted to know why I wasn't walking across the stage. And I looked at Addie and I told her, I promise you, you're coming next year and I'm going to walk across the stage. That brings me to tears. That's what I needed. I needed a why that was worth fighting for. And making my girls proud is a why that's worth fighting for, just like being able to stay home from them and not teach anymore was a why worth fighting for. So I want to tell you now, if you don't have a why, that, like, my voice is shaking right now because that's such a big why. If you don't have a why that's worth fighting for, you've got to find one. You have to find one, and you have to put it out there. Not only did I promise my girls that I would be an elite coach next year, and oh my gosh, that's like a huge thing. Now I've got to make it happen because I promised them. I also put it on social media and the entire world that I'm going to walk across that stage next year as an elite coach. So I better make it happen. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what does. So find a why. If you don't have a why, you've got to find one, and you've got to share that why. Don't keep it inside. You've got to tell someone, whether that's your spouse, whether that's your kids. And my girls were always involved in my goal to quit teaching. They knew. They were fighting for me too. They were asking me how I was doing. So involve someone in your why. Share that why with someone and know what you're fighting for. But I also have some action steps now that I'm going to take to make that happen. So I want to share those with you. My team, the Dream Team, has an amazing team culture. Amazing team culture. I love our team with all of my heart, and I can't imagine someone not wanting to be a member of my team. We have so much fun together, and my girls have done a great job at creating, and guys, I have some guys on our team too, have done a great job of creating that team culture and wanting people to get on our team. But we're lacking a little bit in the area of setting goals and having something to fight for and being more business oriented. So even though I'm going to keep our team culture and we're still going to have fun, we're shifting our team culture to have a little bit more of a business focus about it. And some things that we are doing, number one, and this is some things Christina Delgado talked about. I'm setting the bar high. As a leader for my team, I've been worried about setting the bar high for way too long because I don't want my coaches to run. I don't want them to say, I can't do that. That stresses me out. I'm out of here. And the conversation I had with my husband on the way home was, if they're out of here, is your team going to make elite? Like, I heard all of your coaches at Summit say they want to be an elite team. But if they're going to be out of here when you set that bar high, do they really want to be an elite team? So you have to think about that. Set the bar high. That's okay to do that. Set your bar high for yourself. Set the bar high for your team. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at it. In her words were resist dumbing it down. She said resist dumbing it down for them. Tell them what they need to do to be successful. I have coaches that I'm looking at right now that are telling me they want to be diamond by December. So what have I done the last 2 days? I've told them exactly what they have to do to get there. So you need to be doing the same thing for your coaches or even for yourself. And share your goals with your team. I messaged a few of my coaches a couple of days ago, and I said, I need you 3 girls to do this if we're going to be an elite team. Oh my gosh, I sent that to them. I put my phone down and I ran away, and they know this. I've shared this with them. It scared me to death to share that with them. And you want to know what they all said? We didn't know. We had no clue we were that big of an impact on you becoming elite. They didn't know because I didn't share it with them because I was scared that it would put too much pressure on them and they would run away. Share that with your coaches. If you have someone that then becoming an emerald coach is going to make you a diamond, share that with them. They're a part of your team. Like I said, we have a great team culture, so they want to do that. They want to be there to make that happen. Share it with them. Let them know the impact that they make on your team. And the last thing, and David's going to be shaking his head at me on this one, you have to know the business side of things. And I messaged David, I think yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I've got to get this under control and I've got to learn about this. I've been in this business for 6 years and my team knows this about me too. I know that I make money because I help people. That's about all I know when it comes to the business side of things, because that's worked for me for a while. I know I help people. I know I sign up coaches, and I know my bank account goes up. But do I truly know how all of that ties together and works? No, I don't, because I'm not a numbers person at all. But if I want to be an elite coach and if I want my team to do great things and if I want to help them to understand it, then I've got to learn it too. So again, shifting to the business mindset, make sure that you understand that and don't just rely on David to tell you everything that you need to do. You've got to understand it yourself too. All right, I think that's all I have. I'm going to hand it over to the next person.
I don't have to, that was awesome. I'm very proud of you, Megan. That was good. I'm sure it took a lot of bravery to even share that, a lot of that. So I'm really, really proud of you, girl. You were awesome. Okay, so Erica, you ready, girl?
Oh my gosh, I am so ready. I've been taking notes. I mean, you would have thought I wasn't at Summit with all the notes I was taking, but
I feel the same.
I'm like, wait, I missed that. Oh my gosh, I missed that. Oh my gosh. No, the truth of the matter is Summit is such an incredible, overwhelming, amazing, fantastic experience that you forget what you learned unless you refresh yourself about it. And honestly, for those of us who are at Summit, this is an amazing wrap up for us to kind of refresh ourselves of what we experienced. But for those of you who aren't there, we really, really hope that this is just fueling your fire. So get out there and get those tickets. You guys, they're only $130 right now, and you need to be a part of this next year. And we hope we've convinced you of that. Not that it took very much convincing, but you guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be able to share with you something that was absolutely the highlight of my Summit experience. And truly, this man is totally a person after my own heart. And as he was speaking, I was just I literally was this is my soul sister, although it's a man, but you get it, right? Soul brother. So, Sean Anker was a speaker for us, and he was amazing. He is an author. He has written 2 amazing books, one being The Happiness Advantage, with a follow-up book, called, hang on, I have it right here, Big Potential. And he is a happiness researcher. He is also a professor of positive psychology, which I absolutely love. You guys know I'm the Rainbows and Sunshines girl. So this person was just absolutely amazing. And what's so cool about Sean is he's made it his life work to find out, you know, the exceptionally happy people. What do they do? How do they live their life? You know, a lot of people are of the school of thought that people can't be changed. And that people are the way that they are, right? And happiness is an inside job, and it doesn't have anything to do with other people. And the fact of the matter is that is completely false. And we truly have the ability to spread happiness everywhere we go, and that every dimension of human potential, performance, intelligence, leadership abilities, health, it's all influenced by those around us, which makes it even more massive of a responsibility and an obligation that we are sharing this, that we are boldly, like Beth said, stepping out and asking and seeking and pursuing and looking for those people who need this, which we believe and we know is everyone, but nonetheless being bold about what we have to offer and lighting the way for other people. He shared this amazing story about how, and it's actually backed by science, how if you take an individual and you show them a hill, it's actually perceptually going to appear 10 times larger if they are standing alone. But if you put them with a group of people, it actually becomes much smaller. Okay. And so, like, let me give you the exact thing that he says. So when you're alone, it's 10 times larger, but when you're with people, it just looks like a little hill, and it's totally climbable, totally passable. Okay. But when you're alone, 10 times larger. So it's pretty profound when you think about it like that. He also told us about an amazing, he was kind of using this as his evidence to support this whole idea of happiness can be shared. And we were basically, you know, face to face with the person next to us. He's hysterical. He's so funny. You guys have to listen to his work, go out there and get his books, listen to his work. He's amazing. And basically we were supposed to stand there. The, you know, person B was supposed to stand there just stone cold face and not make any emotional expression, while the other person grinned ear to ear for 7 seconds. And what happened is the second person couldn't help but like smile. And it was just an immediate response. When somebody smiles at you, you smile back. It's kind of like when we teach and train you guys, ask a question at the end of your invites or follow-ups, because a question elicits a response, a smile elicits a smile. And so it's pretty profound when you think about it, that when you pursue happiness with other people, then you become exponentially happier as a person yourself. And it's like, you guys, it gives me goosebumps when I'm thinking about this. He also tells about the fireflies, the miracle in the mangroves. And he talks about the story about how there was a person out there and he saw all these amazing lights, and come to find out it was the fireflies lighting up at exactly the same time. You know, hundreds of thousands of fireflies lighting up at the same time. And it wasn't even known really to man that like it was possible for fireflies to light up at the same time, right? Because we always see them lighting up individually, right? And so basically the whole idea is how amazing and profound it can be when we light up our lights together, when we show people how to light up their life, when we are a light for them and then work together to light up together. It's truly about doing this business together and sharing your light proudly and boldly and not being afraid, and recognizing, you guys, that we have the ability to control our own happiness, but we also are in a position where we can make other people's lives happier too. Like, that's God's work, you guys. And it's something that is backed by neuroscience. It's backed by, you know, stats and evidence and all sorts of different studies that go to show that we shine brighter together, that happiness and potential are interconnected, that happiness comes first and success follows as a result of happiness, not when I'm successful, then I'll be happy. That's false. And so Sean gives us permission to continue to do what we do, to continue to light the way, but to see this, you guys, as a privilege. He did a lot of work at Harvard, and he even stayed at Harvard like 8 years after he graduated, because his job was to, help others, in happiness, and be there for people and help them kind of navigate their years at Harvard, which obviously turns out is a really hard place. But anyway, if you have this idea of privilege versus going into something and feeling like, I'm so privileged to be a part of this. I'm so privileged I get to be here. I can't believe I get to be here. Just having that privileged mindset, I think, is absolutely going to help us in our businesses. Thinking about like, I'm so privileged to be able to be on this call tonight, instead of, oh, this is another call I have to be on, or my coach is going to be mad at me. Like, truly shifting that mindset, like, this is a privilege, not an expectation, but a privilege that we get to do this together. And so acknowledging that we have the ability to control the way that we perceive this opportunity, the way we perceive this responsibility, the way we perceive this privilege. So how do we raise happiness now? Okay. Some people, I do believe, are born with more greater, optimism and happiness and the ability to see the silver lining. But we truly do have the ability to control how grateful we are in the present and in the future. The Tetris effect, let me tell you this really quickly, and then I'm going to move on to the call to action. But if you view the world through the same pattern for too long, your brain keeps it even if it's not working for you. So for those people who have repeated limiting beliefs, for those of our challengers, our coaches who can't seem to like kick this negative thought process, this negative mindset, these limiting self-beliefs that are holding them back, this is going to be something you want to share with them so that you can help them become the person that they are destined to be, and help them become happier and help them light their light by you lighting your light, and you guys can light your light together. Okay, so get your notebooks out. So the challenge is for 21 days. What you're going to do is, and you're going to teach this to your challengers, going to teach this to your coaches, okay, is for 2 minutes a day, just 2 minutes out of your day, you're going to email or text message somebody praising or thanking them. So you might have somebody on the top of your head, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally know who I'm going to do that to tomorrow, or whatever. I mean, so for 21 days, pick 21 different people that you're going to spend 2 minutes of your day to send a quick email, to send a quick text message to them, praising them or thanking them. So the whole idea is to start your day with gratitude. And you guys, I'm so like glad to hear him say this, because that has revolutionized my life. And I know that, Aaron talks about Win the Morning, and we've done, Miracle Morning Forever and Morning Makeover. And that's kind of like, I feel like totally my cup of tea. But to hear that there's actual science that backs this up, like, you guys, we always wonder how we can add value, right? I know so many of my new coaches are like, I don't really know how I can add value. Like, I don't really know what I can do to help people. Like, I mean, I know there's fitness and there's Shakeology and our team is amazing, but like, how can I add value? You guys, sharing this with other people is a way you can add value. Super simple, 21-day challenge. Take 2 minutes a day to message or email somebody and just praise them and give them, your gratitude. So being positive will change your life. Living positively, generating happiness, being present now. And that's not to say that you're ignoring things. You can acknowledge everything that happens, but you still make the choice to be grateful. So the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to turn it back over to Aaron, but he said that it's not disease. It's not, accidents. It's not, all these different things that cause people to lose their life. It's truly their social connection score that is the greatest indicator of a person's life and how long they will live and thrive in life. It's their social connection score that is the greatest indicator. You guys, we have the ability to vastly improve the social connection score of every single person we come into contact with. All right. And that's a powerful, powerful thought. So I hope that spoke to your heart the way that it did mine. And I know the way that it did everybody's who was there, because we were literally blown away, jaws on the floor. He just brought the house down. So that was my biggest moment. Of course, you know, seeing so many of you guys at Summit, hugging you, loving on you, feeling your energy was truly amazing. So I can't wait. This is Erin and I's 5th summit. So many of my soul sisters' 4th summits. As I was writing their cards and they're making, you know, their little gifts and stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe. I was saying, it's your 4th summit. It's your 4th summit. It's pretty incredible. So for those of you who didn't make it to Summit, make 2019 your first summit and the last summit you will ever miss. Sound good? All right, you guys. Turning it over to Miss Erin Young, who brought the house down at Summit as well.
Oh, thank you. No, that was great. I loved your takeaways. I thought that was amazing. And you're right. He's right up your alley, Erica. Like, seriously, you little circle you. That was really fun, though, to learn the personalities. And then all of us have been referencing each other based on like what geometric shape you are. So, I love it. I love your challenge. I think the 21-day, should we call it the 21-day happiness challenge or gratitude challenge? What do you want to call it? It's Stephanie, total square. Duh.
I think happiness. Let's just call it happiness.
Yeah, the 21-day happiness challenge. So then, you guys, what that is that something for you to do, but for you to share with your challengers, but also to share it on social media. I mean, why would you not share that you're doing that on social media? I don't know one person that wouldn't be inspired to want to do the same thing with you guys, you know? So I think that is absolutely something that you guys could do as well. So you guys, in closing this out tonight, I'm not going to add any more summit takeaways. Okay. I am a squiggly square, Beth. That is my shape. I'm a squiggly square. Okay. I blended two together because I get to make rules like that for myself. I don't know. But in closing this out tonight, I want to go back to the beginning and how I started this call tonight. We've said it. You've heard many of us say you got to get to Summit. So buy your ticket, be there, be at Super Sunday if you can make it. I know it's over at the end of a holiday weekend. We're hosting it in Indiana on Sunday, July 8th. Everything's on the team page. Moving forward, it is your job to make a decision what your goal is by the end of the year. And you need to, like Megan said, raise the bar, okay, for you and your team. Fit Fighter Nation will be a 15-star diamond team by the end of the year. Soul Fit Nation will be a 10-star or higher diamond team by the end of the year. Dream Team will be elite. The bars are up. Okay. And the thing of it is that we will support you no matter what your goals are in this business. Okay. But we do want to help you run with us. And we want to make sure that we are giving you the tools. And on the days that you look up and you don't believe in yourself, we want to be there to believe in you, because that's what we're all here. We will not get to the end without each other. Okay. We cannot achieve these goals on our own. The more goals that we achieve on this team, that means more people are being impacted, more families are being impacted, you know, that you're able to do more with your family and for your family. And so all of this revolves around people and helping people and us getting out of our own way and believing that we can make an impact and make a difference in people's lives, and being bolder in our conversations and our invites, and making sure that we look at our daily schedule and we say, you know what, it might be a little inconvenient. You know, maybe I would have liked to have stayed up with Avery a little bit longer tonight instead of rushing her off to bed on the last night of being a 6-year-old. But this is valuable and a priority and important to me. And if I put time and energy into my business every single day, I will be able to make an impact in more lives and thus be able to impact my family more. We have to understand that we have to put action behind our goals and our intentions. We have to. Megan's been saying for 3 years, I want to be elite. But right now, all of a sudden, the light bulb has gone off and she's like, I haven't been taking action towards doing that. If Soul Fit Nation wants to be 10-star diamond, you better believe Erica knows she's got to put some serious wheels in motion, and her team has to do that with her. We have to intentionally put action. We have to move the needle forward every day. One of the things I did today is I did a little inventory for myself, and I said, And it was a crazy freaking day. I'm an introvert, you guys. So when I go to Summit for 2 days, I'm like this afterwards. Like, I can't move, I can't think, I can't be creative. Like, it's been really challenging for me. So if you felt like you got hit by a truck, we're on the same train, okay? But I said, okay, Erin, what do you have to do each day? What is it that I have to do every single day to make sure that I've been productive in my business? And my list might look different from your list, but have you ever thought about that? Our success pods were like, I need a list. I need a checklist of what to do. You guys, you know what to do, and I will be glad to give you a list all day long. But today I sat down and made my own list of what I need to do to make sure that I can be productive in my business. If you listen to Emily Robidaw's National Wake Up Call, she'll tell you that list too. But you guys, you are the grown-up here. You get to set your goals. You get to be the CEO. You get to decide where you want to end the year in your business. And right now, you have a responsibility to help people and to share your message and to pay it forward. And not only that, you guys, the biggest piece here, going back to what Jenny said in the very beginning of this call, one of the most amazing responsibilities that we have is to share the business with people. This business is an amazing idea for anyone who steps foot into it, no matter what they do with it or where they take it. Nothing bad happens from being a Team Beachbody coach. Nothing bad happens from being on this team, for crying out loud, okay, and being surrounded by everyone here. And so we do, and I want you to own that and move forward with this tomorrow, okay? Tonight you need to go to bed. You need to get some sleep. Stephanie's going to be cussing us in the morning, okay, like, sorry, sister. But you guys, I want you to get up tomorrow with a fresh sheet of paper, and I want you to write down your goal by the end of the year. And I want you to write down a list of what you need to do tomorrow to make sure that you move the needle forward in your business, okay? And what that looks like. And I want you to make a list. And you're going to check that list off throughout the day in power pockets here, there, and everywhere. And you're going to make shit happen in your business, okay? Because why the heck not? Why not you guys? I am so sick of being the only person sitting on the floor. I felt so alone for the second year in a row. I'm over it, you guys. Like, will you please do it? Will you please believe in yourself and put in the work and the action? It doesn't mean you have to work 6 hours a day, okay, at all, you guys. I want you to believe in yourself, and I want you to be the runner that says, I'm going to do this, and I believe in myself too. I deserve this. My family deserves this. The people that I know in my life deserve this. Okay, that's all I have to say. But you guys, this is amazing. I want you to take the happiness challenge that Erica challenged you with. I want you to raise your bar. I want you to see this business as a responsibility to share. Be more bold and fearless in your invites, and over again, everything that everybody said, I'm just going to reiterate it times 100. Okay, but you got to reach out to the coach, to your coach, okay, your coach, and say, this is my goal. This is where I will be at the end of the year. Here's how I'm going to do it. And here's how you can help me, because your coach wants to know that information. I shouldn't have to message you. Megan shouldn't, Erica shouldn't, Jenny shouldn't. Shouldn't have to message you to be like, what are your goals? Okay, it's your job. Take action. Take ownership of your business. Okay, and tell us how we can help you make this happen. And maybe it's like, I'm not sure what to do, this or this, and we'll help you do that. Okay, best summit ever. Most amazing summit ever, for crying out loud. It was incredible. And we can't wait to do it again. But we have a lot of work to do in the meantime. And we have a lot of people that we need to impact. We have businesses we need to build. Okay. And we have families, our own families, that need to know what it is that we do and why we help people and why we work hard to help people, because they're going to support you 100%. All right, you guys. Why is David cracking you up? Okay, so anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for being on here tonight. I appreciate it so much. Have an awesome night. Reach out to your coach tonight or in the morning. It's okay. You don't have to do it tonight if you want to go to bed, Stephanie. No big deal, okay? All right, you guys, I love you to pieces, and I'll thank you to all of our coaches who shared tonight. I appreciate that. You guys did an awesome job, and I will talk